You decided. You're moving to Austin, Texas, and despite what people like myself who've lived here for a long time say about Austin being, losing its charm and things like that, Austin's still an amazing place to live. There's a ton of outdoor things to do, great restaurants, great culture things. Austin is still really cool, but for most people, they don't necessarily want to live in Austin. They want to get outside just a little bit, and they want to be out of all of the hectic stuff. Now, that's where this video series comes in. Guys, I'm Chris Pesek. I'm a broker associate at Pesek Properties in the Dripping Springs home team. And I started this series in this video over here. And what I'm doing is I'm introducing you to the top 6 suburbs of Austin, okay? And we're starting here today. Take a look behind me at this view. Guys, where I personally live, Dripping Springs, Texas, is definitely one of the top 6 suburbs in Austin. It's not often you can get views like this and be within 30 to 35 minutes of the airport. That's one of the things you get out here in Dripping Springs, Texas is. So if this is the type of content that you're looking for, make sure that you are subscribing to this channel, clicking the bell notification and getting ready. This is what my clients rely on me for. Content that they just can't find anywhere, honest content, factual content, and showing you things that you just can't see everywhere. So let's take this tour today of Dripping Springs, Texas. I'm gonna tell you some of the great things that you can find here, and I'm also gonna show you 3 houses, 3 completely different price points. And along the way, I'm gonna bust the myth that Dripping Springs is overpriced and you can't find affordable housing here, because that is absolutely not true. Let's go take a look. The first thing that I think makes Austin one of the absolute best suburbs in all of Central Texas, all the way around Austin, has got to be the natural beauty and the things that you can do outside. I mean, I'm standing here in the hottest, driest summer that I've seen since '99, since I got here. And I mean, I'm standing next to a creek. We still got springs running and keeping this creek flowing. And there's so many things to do outside. Reimer's Ranch, if you like to rock climb or mountain bike or just hike outside down by the Pedernales River. You got Pedernales Falls State Park. Krause Springs still has water and it's absolutely beautiful, as is Hamilton Pool. And that's just up on the north side of Dripping Springs. Down south, closer to Wimberley, you got Jacobs Well, you've got Blue Hole. There's a ton of hiking and just getting outdoors type things to do out here, and it's beautiful. They call it the hill country for a reason. On this side of Austin, that's where the hills start. And when you get out, it just feels good. You're not in Austin, but you're still 30 to 35 minutes away. So again, the number one thing about Dripping Springs for me is just being able to get outdoors and having all of this natural beauty available to you in all of the parks and places that you can get outside. Before I pop into the second thing about Dripping Springs that makes it one of the top 6 suburbs in Austin, I want to remind you guys, I get calls from people like you every day. Somebody that wants to make Central Texas their home. They're not quite sure where to start. My team and I absolutely love fielding those calls. So if you're looking to move here in 9 days, 90 days, 9 months, doesn't matter, give us a call. We're just here to help you. So where I am now is Founders Park in Dripping Springs. And right next to Founders Park is the old Pound House farmstead. Dr. Pound was one of the original founding people that moved to Dripping Springs. And now there's a beautiful park out here. Got a lot of open space, football fields, soccer fields. This place is absolutely packed on weekends. One of the other really cool things about Dripping Springs is, yeah, you get to know your neighbors, and it feels really good knowing your neighbors. But the other thing about it is you hang out with people so much that you really get to become family. And I know it's the same in, with all of my friends that have kids and they're in, youth sports, they're in swimming and soccer and baseball and all that other stuff. I mean, just the other night we were at the opening game of the football season at Drip, and it was absolutely packed. The home stands were packed. I'm walking down the stands, people that I hadn't seen in a couple of years or, calling out your name and coming down and talking to you. And it wasn't just me, it was people throughout the stands. They haven't seen each other in a while. They run up, they give each other big hugs and all that other stuff. It really does feel like in Dripping Springs that you become a huge family. So, for those of you with kids, if you're looking for youth sports, it is massive out here. I mean, I've got friends that, they're in the youth soccer and the volleyball and the baseball. A good friend of mine is in charge of Dripping Springs Youth Sports, the cheerleading program, and they've grown that program in 3 years from 10 kids to about 90 kids. kids, all the little girls and boys that are being cheerleaders and wanting to get involved in that program. So the number two thing about Dripping Springs is just the community that you live in and the types of things that you can do within the community. All right, let's go take a look at the third reason why Dripping Springs is one of the top 6 suburbs in Austin. All right, so now we are on to number 3. The third thing that makes Dripping Springs one of the top suburbs in Austin is its proximity to downtown Austin. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a history lesson here. I'm outside of a bakery and event venue out on 290 in the little bitty community called Cedar Valley. So this is Rosehaven. This is run by a really good friend of mine. And this place has been here since the 1800s. And just over here on the other side of it is the county line between Travis and Hays County. Before this was a wedding venue or an event venue and a bakery, this used to be called Last Chance Dance Hall. And over here across the road, there's a liquor store. Where is it? There it is, Cedar Valley Liquor. And it used to be called County Line Liquor. But here's the history lesson. Hays County used to be dry, meaning you could not buy liquor here. So these two venues, a liquor store and a dance hall and bar, existed right on the county line, just on the Austin side of Dripping Springs. And technically we're standing in Austin, Texas right now. And on the other side of that line is Dripping Springs, Texas. So proximity to Austin is no big deal in Dripping Springs. The vast majority of the area, depending on where you live, is somewhere between about 30 and 40 minutes to downtown Austin. Same, about 30 to 40 minutes from the airport. So you can live in Dripping Springs and commute anywhere in Austin pretty easily. In fact, from my house, I can get to North Austin, up to the kind of Leander and Round Rock area, Cedar Park area, usually in about 45 to 50 minutes. That's all the way on the other side of town. So the third thing, again, that makes Dripping Springs one of the top suburbs is we are really close to Austin, Texas, commuting distance every day. All right, let's go take a look at number 4. Before we get into the fourth reason that Dripping Springs is one of the top 6 suburbs of Austin, I want to remind you guys, stick around to the end because the last thing is going to be talking about real estate. And I am going to take you on a little visual tour of some of the houses or types of houses you can buy at 3 different price points. But the number 4 reason for Dripping Springs being a top suburb, I am right here outside of Tiger Stadium. Okay, this is a football stadium here at the Dripping Springs High School. And the schools in Dripping Springs are always at the top of the ratings for the Austin area when you look at things like niche.com, greatschools.org, and websites like that. The schools out here are really, really highly rated, and I know a lot of the teachers, and I can tell you, teachers out here absolutely love what they're doing. They love the schools, they love the kids, they love the community. They're out in the community all the time giving back, not even just at school events, but nonprofit events and stuff like that. I can tell you that the teachers love this place. Not only that, you know, we've got great public schools too, but we also have private schools out here. Most of them go K through 8, but if you're looking for private school education, that's another great thing about Dripping Springs. You have that available to you. So the fourth reason Dripping Springs is such a great place to live, if you have kids, the schools out here are very, very, very good. All right, let's go take a look at number 5 reason for Dripping Springs being one of the top suburbs in Austin. All right, here we are, stop number 5. What we're going to talk about at this stop are the amenities and all of the things to do around Dripping Springs. And I just want to remind you real quick, if this is the kind of content that you're looking for, if I feel like you're kind of realtor, make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is what I do. I bring you the real information. I don't glorify stuff. I just tell you what I like about the area, and then it's up to you to decide if you like it as well. So things to do around Dripping Springs. I'm standing at one of my absolute favorite breweries out here in Dripping Springs, 12 Fox Beer Co. We are out on West Fitzhugh, and like just about everywhere else, and I think at this point we're over 11 breweries, I don't know, 8 or 9 wineries, 5 distilleries. So there are a lot of things to do to get out and have an adult beverage around Dripping Springs. That doesn't even start to talk about what I talked about in number 1, all of the parks and the hiking trails and all of that stuff. But if you want to get outdoors, Dripping Springs is your place. Take, for example, 12 Fox. They've got outdoor seating for a lot of people. There's a big thing for kids to play on, kind of a playscape out here. And that's really what you're going to find at most of the breweries and distilleries and wineries out here, is just a lot of area to get out and be outside in nature. And again, it doesn't end with 12 Fox. There's a lot of other breweries, and you've got places that have 10, 20, 30 acres out here that you can go and hang out with your kids. Treaty Oak, Jester King, things like that. And as you can tell as I'm sitting here and cars are driving by on West Fitzhugh, when we moved out here 7 or 8 years ago, out on this side of town, not much was happening, but right now this whole area is popping. So again, number 5, things to do. We've got a ton of places to get out, hang out on weekends and weeknights, and just relax. Okay, now we get to number 6 about making Dripping Springs one of the 6 best suburbs in Austin, and that's the actual housing market here. One of the huge misnomers and just flat out lies about Dripping Springs is that there is no affordable housing here. That's not the case. Now, when I say that we've got something for every budget in Dripping Springs, that's not just blowing smoke. That's a legit thing. Look, you can buy a $30 million property here if you want, but on the other side of that, you can also get into a brand new home for under $400,000, and that's what I'm going to show you here. This is a brand new community. It's inside of Dripping Springs, so the tax rate is low here. It's 2% tax rate, and well, I can't show you the inside of this house because it's just being constructed, but it's listed for $384,000. Now, with that, you have to take into account, it's going to be a smaller house. It's only a little bit over 1,600 square feet, but it's a 3-bed, it's a 2.5 bath, 2-story house. And like I said, it's being constructed right now. This is what it looks like in the current stage. Okay, September 1st, 2023. But here's the thing about this house. At $384,000, you can get into this is a starter home in Dripping Springs, but think about it. Brand new home. You're going to get the warranty of a brand new house. 1 year, 2 year, 10 year. Those 3 different types of warranties. I can explain that too if you want. You're in Dripping Springs proper. Okay, you're a mile from HEB. There's just trails all around. The park I was at a while ago, Founders Park, is probably a half mile over this way. So you've got access to all of those trails. You can walk downtown. This community is becoming walkable. I mean, you can walk down to Mercer Street, go have a drink, walk home at night. It's awesome. But I had to show you this house because even at 8% interest rates with taxes, you're looking at a payment of less than $3,000. And guys, it is hard to rent a house in Dripping Springs for under $3,000 a month. So again, Austin's going up, everywhere around is going up, but if you want access to Dripping Springs and all the other things that I'm talking about in this video, you don't have to spend $1 million. That is just a flat out lie. You can get in for under $400,000. All right, so that is our first price point house. Now let's go take a look at the second one. A little bit different. We're going up $700,000 to $750,000, so we're doubling the price almost. Let's see what that gets you. It might be something a little bit more of the reason that people move to Dripping Springs. Let's go. We are to our second house in our price point videos. This one is priced at $750,000, and I picked this one for a very specific reason. We are up on the north side of Ranch Road 12, about 6 miles from downtown Dripping Springs. And the reason I picked this is a little bit more what people are moving to Dripping Springs for. I'll get over here and show you what I can, and I'm kind of laughing because I know how this is going to turn out. But this house is a 3-bed, 2-bath, built in 2005, just a little over 2,300 square feet. So it comes in at almost $325 a square foot. Really beautiful home. You'll see when we look at the inside photos. But here you go. This is looking at the home from the street. You can't see it. That's one of the reasons people love Dripping Springs. I mentioned over and over all the outdoors and things like that. It's also the elbow room, the privacy. This house is about on an acre and a half, just under an acre and a half. And I mean, here, I'll show you the neighbors. There's one neighbor across the street. You can kind of see him. You see my Jeep, that is the other neighbor over there. They're not there. It's all trees, and it's wildlife, and it's nature, and it's quiet. I mean, I hear a jet flying, but other than that, all I hear are birds. You're gonna see deer, you're gonna see fox and armadillos and skunks and raccoons and all the cool stuff that you wanna see when you move to Texas. So here you go. The second house, $750 price point. I just love the sounds of nature. All right, let's go take a look at our last house now. Okay, and we are wrapping up now with the last home. So this last home is priced at $1,150,000, so that's the highest price point that I'm going in here. But remember, in Dripping Springs, you can spend $20 million on a property if you want, house, land, all of that good stuff. So when I say that there's something for everybody here, that's a fact. Again, we started out at $384,000, showing you $1 million now, and you can go up. But this community is really one of the higher end communities in terms of a subdivision type feel. So, you know, these lots are a little bit smaller. The house that we're looking at is 3/4 acre. They go up to about an acre and a half in here, 2 acres, I think, in some cases. But the vast majority of these houses have been built since 2019. The house that we're looking at here, over 3,800 square feet, like I said, priced at $1,150,000, so about $300 a foot. It's on 3/4 acre. It's a brand new build. Guys, this is a model home, and it's beautiful. White Texas limestone. The builder is well, I'd say local builder, local to Central Texas. They're from San Antonio originally. Built a really nice home. And you can see on the inside, when you're talking about a model home, they did not miss anything. This thing is done up to the nines. So when you walk into this house, you're literally not going to have to do anything. All you need to do is unpack your stuff, put it up, and you're home. There's no renovations, there's no additional add-ons that you need to do or anything like that. It is absolutely beautiful. So there is our third home in that third price point. And I've got to remind you, if this is the kind of content you're looking for, make sure you're following me. I'm not just going to stop with Dripping Springs. I've got 5 other suburbs that I'm going to show you on this channel. And in addition to that, I do a short-term video series, short-term rentals out here. I also do a construction video series with custom homes and barn dominiums. Make sure to check those out on my channel. And again, if you need help, call me and ask me, call my team. This is what we do. We live for this. We're trying to make your move to Central Texas as absolutely smooth and seamless as is possible. So until the next video, we will talk to you soon.